So, welcome everybody. Welcome to our podcast, How Pranic Healing Changed My Life. And week on week, we've just shared the most incredible testimonials of how the system of pranic healing is literally changing people's lives physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And today we're going to be specifically talking about relationships and how pranic healing can improve, enhance, and really just help relationships on a level like I've never seen before. So today I am with Josue, and welcome, Josue. I'm so happy to have you on this podcast. Do you want to share when did we meet? How long have I known you?
I want to say December of 2020. Well, yeah,
Just this
2021.
last one.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you're still relatively new. Oh my goodness. I feel like you've been in pranic healing for like at least 2 years. So it's only been like 6 or 7 months since you've been in pranic healing. Oh my goodness. And your progress has been phenomenal. So I think let's just share, how did you get into pranic healing? What were you looking for? What was that attraction that brought you to pranic healing?
Okay. Well, I got into pranic healing. I found out about it through Master Co. And how I found Master Co was through a Tony Robbins event that I attended. And that was Unleash the Power Within. That was the start of my personal development journey. And so like I just remember that was the first time I ever like meditated or even thought about meditating or energy or anything. Like it was just such a great experience that
So
I
that was the meditation with like 10 or 15,000 people, right?
yes.
It's phenomenal. I did one of those and I was like, oh my gosh, meditating with so many people like that all at the same time. So many people have found pranic healing through that. So that's amazing.
Yeah. And like ever since then I was just following Master Co on Facebook. And eventually I heard about pranic healing. And so I quick Googled, and then I found you, and that you were the closest one to me. And so I just knew I had to sign up, because just meditation on Twin Hearts alone was doing a lot in like improving in my life. I had a lot of old tendencies that I noticed started to go away as I meditated. Like I didn't have such a good patience with others, and I noticed when I meditated, when I would normally react, I noticed that those reactions weren't coming up anymore, and I just like really sat there because I observed myself. Like normally I'd be upset right now, but I'm not. And then I linked it to meditating and with meditation on Twin Hearts. So it like that's what got me into going to all your workshops, and it's just been a great thing ever since that.
So that's amazing. So for those of you that don't know about the meditation on Twin Hearts, this is our foundation meditation that we use in pranic healing. And the science and technology behind this meditation is so profound. And people like Josue literally start to see the shifts happening in their lives in terms of being less triggered, less reactive. You just start to go with the flow. Life seems to kind of almost slow down a bit, and you're not reactionary anymore. You're actually guiding your process and developing different levels of awareness. So I'm so pleased like that was your start, because that's usually the thing we always recommend to people, is to start the meditation on Twin Hearts. It is such a deeply powerful meditation, and I mean you really got the golden nugget with doing it for so many people. So
Yeah.
I remembered you taking your first class. I mean, gosh, I still can't believe you've been in pranic healing just so recently, but you've done a number of the workshops, and you've done the basic pranic healing, the advanced pranic healing, the pranic psychotherapy. And I think that was really like the key class for you, because the pranic psychotherapy works with all our negative thought forms and belief systems and stuff that's basically holding us back in life. But again, even like with relationships, our relationships are governed by our energy, and how we project the energy we project to our partners, and what we're picking up from other people as well. So maybe just share a little bit on your journey in pranic healing, and where have you seen like significant changes in your life, like really in a short amount of time?
Well, I would really say that with my family, I've noticed like major shifts in such a short period of time because prior to even finding out about pranic healing and meditating, I was trying to work on this myself for a while, and I just it was like it was just really long. Like I mean, like I didn't see results like as fast as I did once I started meditating, like and going and learning about pranic healing and um
What
so
what specifically were you working on? Like, what was your goal? Like, with what you did before, but also with the pranic healing.
oh well, my goal was really to just stop stressing out over things. I stressed a lot. It caused me a lot of anxiety. And then that anxiety led to me like other bad habits like eating a lot,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
just seeking pleasure, and it got really bad. And
And that obviously impacted your relationships a lot.
oh yeah, yeah, it did with those loved ones around me. And so I'm so thankful that I was able to find something that helped like get rid of a lot of that. And I know it's like, can I say it's nice because I notice a lot of changes with my family, um, because I'm more aware of what I'm doing. Before I was just so like unconscious about the things that were just coming out of my mouth. Like it would, like I said before, I was just reacting. And then once the damage was done, I was there to observe, like, what did I just do? Like it was so uncontrolled. And with through going through all the workshops and everything, like I have a greater awareness around it. And I'm like I have control of what comes out now. And
And that's like a superpower. I saw a post on Facebook where it says staying calm is a superpower. And I think specifically with relationships, having that awareness, having that insight, being able to stop yourself reacting before you unleash this frustration and what have you. That in and of itself, I mean, a lot of people could work with that. So in this short time, like, how have your relationships improved? I'm sure you've seen some good trends with the work you've done, because I know you've worked hard with this.
yeah, I sorry, dogs
Okay.
barking. Um, well, I had trouble expressing myself to those around me. So like I would say things that would be so direct, and I'd well, they'd be upset from what I would say. And I didn't have like I didn't know how to express myself in like how to correct that situation. So most of the time, I just tried to sweep it under the rug
Mhm.
and and try to change the subject or something. And then that just kept piling on top of each other. And um, so like now, like the difference is that I can I'm aware of what I said, and that I can correct it on the spot and learn from it. Like before, it was just like it was just constantly repeating itself over and
Mhm.
over and over,
Mhm.
almost like,
Mhm.
yeah, until I finally
And being able to communicate effectively, with friends, with family, I mean, that's the foundation of our relationships, is being able to express yourself, but express yourself in a constructive way, in integrity with who you are and what you're wanting to share, and not having that, immediate reaction. I've just seen, your growth over the last few months, and just how the relationships in your life have improved to such an amazing level, and being able to just communicate with each other and really share and grow together. I mean, that is just absolutely fantastic. One other thing I just wanted to touch upon, even just having you here, I think is a testament to the growth that you've done. I remembered being on a Zoom call with you. It was a couple of months ago, and I don't even remember what I asked you, but you just froze up and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't even know what to say. And even just expressing yourself in a casual group actually brought up a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety. And I mean, you would never know that speaking to you now. I don't know if you just want to share a little bit of light on that, because I'm just so impressed that you're even here and you're sharing your story.
Yes. Well, that I've noticed that too, how in the beginning it was even showing up to the first workshop. I've always had this shyness, and I don't know where it came from, but like I think it came from a young age, where I felt really alienated, because of early on, I was diagnosed with ADHD, or so they said I had, and um, it's just something that throughout the years it stuck with me, and even up until my 30s. I'm 33 now, but it lasted up till right around when I started with pranic healing, is when it really started to shed away that there's nothing wrong with me, that like I have a voice, and I can speak it. And I guess just over the years I've always tried, and then when I spoke to those that like I really respected, and I didn't get like the response I thought I would get, it kind of just always just pushed me down, and made me feel like kind of how I was when I was a child, and like teachers not understanding me, or and me getting punished for something that I didn't even know, like I didn't have any control of what I was doing at the time too. Like I've always had this thing with me when I was younger, and I just thought I always had, like, something was wrong with me. And I just tried to like push that aside throughout my years growing up, and but it was always there. And so pranic healing has helped really shed a lot of that away, and it's helped me really like move forward. and and yeah, like with it's just, yeah. um,
That's wonderful. I'm so proud of you and the work that you've done. I mean, you really put your heart and soul into it, and the results speak for themselves. And I do remember, you being very quiet and very reserved and not opening up. And as I said, to even just be here and share is just fantastic. And I think it's really important. Again, we get back to the pranic psychotherapy, where we are carrying, or so many are carrying these belief systems, these unconscious programs. I'm not good enough. If I say something, I'll be punished. Or, you know, I don't feel safe to express. I'm going to be judged. I'm going to be criticized. I'm going to be ridiculed. And that can be so damaging for such a long period of your life. And it might have even been a short period of time, at school or as a child. And many adults are carrying that through with them now. And I think the key is, and that's why, I like to interview so many people doing this podcast, is it doesn't always have to be that way. There are solutions. There are good, solid ways to actually overcome that. And the system that's just working so well right now is the pranic healing, and reframing these things and breaking boundaries and stepping out and sharing your message and sharing what's happened to you. That for yourself is like your little victory lap right now, because you know even I think 6 months ago, asking you to do that, you would have been like, oh my gosh, no, there's no ways I'm doing that. And it seemed like from my side, just so easy chatting with you and sharing the story. So I thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. If there was one thing you could share with somebody, I always imagine like somebody listening to this podcast and being like, oh my gosh, that sounds like my story. I need to explore pranic healing. What would be one thing that you would share that would maybe just touch somebody and say, this is what I need to do? Share something like that.
Could you elaborate, like say maybe
So if you had to just summarize in like one sentence, like if you were talking to one person who was just down in the dumps and not feeling good about life and just having relationship issues, like what would you share about pranic healing?
well, I mean, I mean, if I was like, am I like talking just about, am I bringing up my like myself of why it?
So for me personally, so funnily enough, even just through this conversation, one of the fears I had was a fear of public speaking. And I feel like that's all I do now is public speaking. So if I had a message for the public, I'd be like, oh my gosh, do pranic healing, even for a little thing like a fear of public speaking. It was something that
Okay.
just really helped me break through. And I mean, now literally teaching pranic healing, all I'm doing is public speaking as a profession. And if you had said to me 15 years ago, this is what you'll be doing, I would have been like, oh my gosh, that's never going to happen, because I had so many fears about expressing myself. So interestingly, your journey kind of mirrored mine a little bit, in terms of expressing yourself. So that would be my message. Try pranic healing, because this is where it's impacted my life.
I understand. Okay. Yeah, that's great. I would definitely say try pranic healing because it can help you overcome self-doubt. That was my biggest thing.
Okay.
I had so much self-doubt and it was so strong that it held me back for years. And the moment that I realized that that was all just put there by someone else, not me, I was able to actually go out and I started a business. I quit my job and I'm building it right now. And eventually someday I'm still so interested in open up a pranic healing center as well because this work is just so like amazing and it's done like I've seen miracles in such a short period of time and I have so many people around me that are suffering and I just know that once I become a great healer that I can help them and it's just the good feeling that you can help people through their traumas because some like you were saying like we some of us can go years with that trauma and I've seen some even go to their to their last days with it and I just wish I had learned this sooner so that I could have shared
You're
that with
33. I think you got it, and you nailed it. I mean, you gave me goosebumps like as I was speaking, because so many people are held back by their self-doubt, and it's not even their own self-doubt, it's been projected. And once you realize that and the freedom that comes from that, I mean, just being able to quit your job and start on your own, you got to back yourself 1,000%. You got a family to support, and that was the step that you took of reclaiming your life and being confident and being courageous. Oh my gosh, you just nailed it. Thank you so much. All right. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I
for
appreciate
having
you
me.
sharing. I'm so grateful. Just keep doing the good work. And we're just on a mission to just share the miracles and the blessings that so many people are experiencing with pranic healing. And I just feel so privileged to meet people like you and work with people like you that are so willing to do the work, and the results are even more exponentially beautiful than what we would have anticipated. So thank you, Josue. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me.